Welcome to the third episode of Smart News. I'm Paul Pimentel of Smart Communications. Our first story today, an overview of the November midterm elections. Smart members across the country worked tirelessly to support pro-worker candidates and policies in the weeks leading up to Election Day. Let's hear from General President Joseph Sellers about the midterm election results and how smart members and our families will be impacted.
Thank you, Paul. We worked at every level of our union to keep building on the pro-worker gains that we have made since the last election. Smart members hit the pavement every weekend to get out to vote, and our work paid off in races across the country. Like in Pennsylvania, where we were able to elect John Fetterman to the Senate and Josh Shapiro as governor. These are proven pro-worker allies who will act for our jobs and our families in Congress and in Harrisburg. We will also continue to work with them on the issues that matter to our members. And in Arizona, Mark Kelly won his Senate race, and Katie Hobbs is the new governor, with the support of smart members and working families. Senator Kelly has acted on our priorities in the past, investing in our jobs with laws like the CHIPS Act. He will stand with us in Congress moving forward. Those are just two examples of our victories. We were able to achieve a huge victory in Illinois, enshrining workers' rights in the state's constitution. We also elected candidates like Governor Tim Walz in Minnesota, Governor Laura Kelly in Kansas, and Senator Cortez Masto in Nevada, along with Republican candidates to ensure that we have a bipartisan group of pro-worker allies in Washington and in states across the country. Nowhere is it more apparent than in Michigan, where we were able to win the entire state, governor, House, and Senate, and elected candidates who have promised to repeal the anti-worker right-to-work law passed by the Republican governor and legislature. Unfortunately, anti-worker politicians and corporate special interests have taken back a degree of power in Washington, but nowhere close to the level that was expected. At the end of the day, Americans cared most about candidates who delivered concrete results for working families and protected our fundamental rights. As union members, we will always fight for those priorities, and I am proud of the many smart members who showed up for that fight this election day. Thank you.
The 2022 Tradeswomen Build Nations Conference brought more than 3,000 tradeswomen and over 300 smart sisters to Las Vegas. From October 28th to the 30th, tradeswomen from across North America met to build solidarity, share best practices, and grow our labor movement's strength moving forward.
It's amazing. It's really inspiring.
Very, very exciting. Learned a lot.
The energy levels are high. Hi, I'm Vanessa Carmen, chair of the Smart International Women's Committee. I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Tradeswomen Build Nation 2022 conference. We have over 300 sisters and brothers in attendance. We met, we networked, we marched, we talked about building a stronger union.
The feeling that I have attending Tradeswomen Build Nations is the feeling that I belong, which is not something that I get day to day on the job site, often being the only woman.
Most of the times you are the only woman on a job, so when you come to a conference where it's so many sisters from so many different aspects of their career, it makes you feel like you're not alone.
I'm getting a lot of information that I didn't currently have. I'm meeting new people, building new connections, making new friends, and just getting a lot of support and love from other women that I didn't realize there was this many around. So it's really eye-opening and it's amazing.
I did not realize that there was so many women in the trades, and now I get to network with people and see how they, within their union, have built programs to support women.
And it was just so nice to know that, wow, after all these years, I can share with other women of ordeals, our war stories, and say, hey, we made it this far.
Amazing. I'm swapping stories, I'm networking, I'm exchanging information. This is amazing. I saw it on social media, I heard about it, but this is an experience.
I want to hear everybody's story. I want to
hug everybody. I want to just be like, you know, these are our people, and we, no matter what, we're all family.
Wicked smart! Wicked smart! Wicked smart!
There's so many ideas that we can bounce off of each other or just learn from each other, and I can take back home and share with my union, my local.
Local 66, yeah, we've done it, you can't do it.
I'm going to go back, and I'm going to be inspired, and I'm going to just let everybody know that it's just amazing.
Vice President Kamala Harris visited the Smart Local 17 Union Hall in November, where she toured the facility and met with SMART members. The Vice President also announced that the Biden administration will be using $13 billion from the Inflation Reduction Act to help lower energy costs for working families this winter. This will put SMART members to work building and installing heating pumps across our country.
So, as the workers here know, these investments will also create jobs. Jobs for electricians who do the residential wiring. Jobs for laborers who install energy-efficient windows and doors. Jobs for sheet metal workers. Who build and install electric heat pumps. Jobs for union workers who will be trained right here in this building.
For more, we spoke with Local 17 member Shamia Turner, who introduced the Vice President in November.
This year alone, Vice President Harris visited Local 19 in Philadelphia as well as Local 17 in Boston. And I think that says about the Biden administration as a whole that they really value SMART's input in the labor movement and in the construction industry. I think it also says that they value working class people. It lets us know that they're really listening to us and they're caring about what our needs are. They understand that we need to put money toward infrastructure and toward building. They understand that we need to put money toward filling out the trades. The Inflation Reduction Act means a lot of different things for SMART members. It means that we're going to be spending less money on fossil fuels and energy costs, especially up here in the Northeast, where winters are really cold. It means that families don't have to worry so much about heating their homes. It means that SMART members are going to have more work coming their way. In Boston, we build a lot of condos, we build a lot of office buildings, and we often use heat pumps. And so that just means that as developers are looking to build out their buildings, they're going to have more incentive to use our labor. So at a very basic level, the Inflation Reduction Act is promoting recruiting, retaining, and advancing more people within the SMART union. If we don't have new members, then the people who are already in the SMART union can't retire. We won't have a pension, we won't have an annuity. And that's what a union is all about, making sure that we are providing for the future. It's important, especially to recruit and retain women and people of color, because it gives us a chance to participate in the labor market. It gives us a chance to elevate our families. It's all looking toward the future and making sure that we're creating a world that we all want to live in.
The Federal Railroad Administration once again extended the public commenting period for its notice of proposed rulemaking on two-person crews. SMART members, our families, and our allies now have until December 21st to submit a comment. Transportation Division safety experts will also testify at a hearing on two-person crews on December 14th. If you haven't done so already, please text the word 2PC to 67336 for instructions on how to submit your comment. Recruiting and retaining members from all backgrounds is key to growing our union. Local 85 member Jan Chappelle discusses her experience as a SMART member in this Be For All video and emphasizes the importance of providing an upward path for all members. Let's take a look.
I'm Jan Chappelle, Local Union 85 out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm on the Be For All committee. The Be For All committee is an initiative to make sure that people who we recruit are actually retained in the industry really need that pathway to be able to advance in the trade. Otherwise, they're not going to stay in the trade. No one wants to come in, stay at entry level their whole career. Knowing that the international union and the contractor side is working hard to make sure that your work is a decent place for everybody. I think it'll help the person know that they're not standing alone, that they have resources that they can rely on, and that they have people that they can fall back on that are allies. It's nice to be able to see somebody like you, like-minded in the trade, and you be able to look up to them. Everyone wants a pathway to success, including underserved communities, women, and BIPOC people. Working in the trade has empowered me to own my own home, not be in credit card debt, live the American dream. The women behind me aren't going to have to claw tooth and nail to get ahead in the industry. I'm going to help pave the path for them to be successful in my trade. I'm living a great life, and I have a pension ahead of me, which I know whenever I retire, I'm going to be able to travel and enjoy myself. And I can look back on my career and know that I did something. I can drive by that building and say, hey, I built that building.
The National Museum of the American Indian dedicated its new National Native American Veterans Memorial during a ceremony on Friday, November the 11th. The stainless steel memorial statue, which is prominently displayed on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., was built by SMART members working at signatory contractor Redland Sheet Metal, a Native American-owned shop in Oklahoma City. We spoke with Redland President and Choctaw Nation member Tammy Adams after the dedication ceremony.
We are a stainless steel custom fabrication company. We have been union shop for about 5 years now. My father is was a veteran of the Korean War. He was a Navy veteran, and so this was a passion project for us. We are Native owned. Half of our employees are Native.
I did everything. I welded and put together the lances, added the rings to the lances. I was in on the slip rolling of the metal, the welding process, the grinding process.
It's 12 foot in diameter. It's made out of 3/8 plate. The design is a lot like ductwork. Those two sides that you see, you know, you're slip rolling those sides the way you would a round reducer. You know what this is going to mean to a lot of people, and it's going to be around as long as our country is.
Indigenous men and women served in the United States military at a rate far above the national average. Native people fought for this country, a country, candidly, that occupied their homelands, disrespected their tribal sovereignty, and confined their people to reservations. Yet they fought in every major conflict for the last 2 centuries.
Serving in huge numbers in our military, generation after generation, with humility and dignity and honor, and of course, with heroism.
It is incredibly moving to see the final project and to know that it will be here forever, and that it is a testament to Native veterans all over our country.
The deeper you get into it, the more the emotional attachment comes to it, if that makes any sense. It's the greatest project I'm ever going to have an opportunity to work on. And the further I get away from it, the more it means to me.
Our union's solidarity is the key to securing our future, whether on Election Day or during events like Tradeswomen Build Nations. That solidarity is now more important than ever, and we all have a role to play in the fight for better pay, stronger pensions, and security for all of our families. From showing up at your union meetings to supporting organizing efforts in your local area, we are stronger when we stand together. Thank you for watching this month's episode of Smart News. Thank you for voting. Thank you for making a difference in your local communities. Solidarity forever.